Welcome to day 17 of your Building Strength for Life plan, and today we are working on lower body power. So this is week 3, this is building power, but that doesn't mean that we're all of a sudden going to get super serious on the weights. We are using weights in this session, however, we're using a medium set and a heavy set, but if you just have one set or a couple of sets and one of those is a light set, then that's no problem at all. Use what you have, I'll just show you what we're doing as we're going along. So you need your weights, you need a mat or a soft surface, and that's about it for today's session. It's 15 minutes, and this is part of the plan to enhance your health, build strength, and supercharge your confidence. So are you ready? Let's get going. Okay, so we're going to start with just one of your weights. I'm using my medium set. I remember I've got a medium and a heavy set, but if you have just 2 sets and yours is a light set and a medium, then you can start with the light set. You're going to grab the weight in the middle, you're going to squat down, and you're going to bring it around one leg, through the middle, and around the other. So we're working here in a figure of 8. Take your time to get this one right. Keep your back nice and straight. Let me show you from the side. Back nice and straight as you come through each time. So you're not curling over to try and get that weight through your legs. Using a little bit of a swing to get that through. Well done. If you have a kettlebell, it's a little easier with a kettlebell than it is with a dumbbell, but perfectly doable with a dumbbell. Well done. Almost there. And take a rest. Well done. We're going to be coming back to the exercise in just a moment. So put the weight somewhere where you can take it easily. We're going to do a bob and a weave with an optional squat. So come to the side of your workspace, come under in a U shape, extra squat here if you want it, under, extra squat. If you don't want the extra squat, you're just going to come up to the side and come up and under. But if you do, extra squat, under, extra squat. Now if you like the extra squat, but you want a little bit more, then you can add a jump, under, jump, squat, down, jump, squat, under and down. Okay, so up to you what level you want to do. Totally up to you. It's your workout, it's your choice, always. 2, 1, and take a rest. Okay, so we've just got 15 minutes here today, so it's a nice quick session. We're going to go back to that first exercise that we were on before, figure of 8 pass. So holding the weight in the middle, getting down to that position, you've got the bent knee, the hip is hinged, and here you are coming through, pass, pass, and pass. Good. If you're finding it tricky with the dumbbell, then you can do without, so you can just have your hands coming backwards and forwards as if you are imagining, or you can have something like a pillow, anything that you feel that you can pass off between the hands all the way through. Just maintaining this low position and moving around through this is what's going to give you the muscular gains here. 2, 1, take a rest. Woo. Okay, weight goes down to the side. We've got one more of those bob and weaves to come. Remember, you've got the 2 different levels, or the 3 different levels. The regular bob and weave, add the squat, jump. Totally up to you. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Coming under, extra squat, under, if you want it. Good. And you can always add your jump in if you want. Under, jump. The jump takes the momentum out. So you're not just going side to side. Well done. So I know lots of you are less keen on the lower body workouts. You like the upper body ones, don't you? I know that's what you like. You like the cardio. But the lower body's really, really important. We've got to look after the hips and the knees. Take a rest. Well done. I want you to grab your heaviest weights. If you've got them with you here, if your heaviest weights is still a lightweight, don't worry, that's absolutely fine. Take your heavy weights, bring them in front of your body so your palms are facing your body. And what we're going to do is just going to push the hips back, drop the weights down, and stand up again. Drop down so those hands are really close to the shins. You're almost grazing the shins with the weights. Tiny bend in the knee. Tiny bend in the knee, so you should be able to feel it as you're pushing your bottom back in the back of your thighs, the hamstrings there. This will also be working the lower back, which is a good place to work. Keep the feet facing forwards. And something to note here is keeping the shoulders higher than the hips. And take a rest. Well done. We are definitely coming back to that exercise. But before we do, I want you to head down to the mat with one of your medium weights. So down to the mat, medium weight. And you do not have to do this with a weight if you don't want to. But just hold that weight onto your hips. Push up and come back down. Push up, come back down. Good. Push and down. So just holding that onto the hips gives a little bit of extra resistance here to fight off. Push down, nice and controlled. Push down. Well done. So I'm using a 5 kilo here. You can use whatever you have. It doesn't have to be super heavy. You should be able to control it. It doesn't need to be able to moving around whilst it's on your hips. 2, 1. Take a rest. Back up to your feet safely. And we're going to be going back into that deadlift. Okay. So here we are holding the weights in your hands, but you're really lifting them with your glute muscles, with your hamstrings, with your quads, with your back as well. Down and up. So really feel it lifting through that lower body. Push the hips forwards at the top, but not overly so. Push back down and push. Dig the heels into the floor as you lift, lifting them up again. And yes, they're going to feel heavy in the arms and in the hands, but really lift through your lower body. Down, push. That is where you've got the biggest muscles in your body there. And they can lift, trust me. They can lift. If they need to, they'll kick in. Take a rest. Well done. Put those away safely and take your medium weight back down to the mat for that glute bridge with the weight. Pop it onto your hips and let's go. Pushing up, squeeze, coming back down. Up and squeeze, back down. Good. Squeeze. So we've made it to day 17. I'm so happy that you're still with me. If you have made it this far, please leave me a comment. Please let me know how you're getting on. You may not be doing this on your 17th day. You may have had some additional days off in between, which I absolutely advocate. I think that's a good idea, especially if you're feeling super tired. 3, 2, 1. Take a rest. Coming up to your feet, and you're going to stick with your medium weights. Okay, if you just have one set, just take the set that you have. We're going to be doing a glute kickback with a knee drive. So it's a complex exercise that involves coordination and balance. All the things that I like. Holding those weights to your sides, kick back with one leg, and then drive the same leg up with the knee. Kick, drive, kick, drive. Now, I'm not touching my foot down on the mat here in between the movement, but you can kick, touch, drive, touch, kick, touch, drive, touch. Totally up to you where you are. Good. Keep it going. Well done. And take a rest. We're going to switch sides. When you're doing that knee drive, keep that foot nice and flat. So you want to be pushing the heel down so you get a good stretch in the back of your leg as well into the calf. Holding those weights up nice and tall, shoulders are back. Ready? Let's go. Kicking back into the glute, driving up the knee, kick, drive, kick and drive. Good. So how I like to keep my balance here is I've got my supporting leg, the foot on that supporting leg, I've got my toes pushed into the floor, my heel pushed into the floor, and I've created an arch. So I've got like a tripod with my foot. I'm engaging my core. My core knows that when I do that with my foot, we mean business. We're going to grip in tight to the core and take a rest. And it becomes an automatic thing. So I start to really engage my tummy muscles as I push my foot into the floor. And over time, my body just learns that when I do that with my foot, I want to engage my core, okay? It's all about that neuromuscular connection, the connection between the brain and the muscles. Let's go again. Just like we do when we're little, when we're babies. That's how we learn to do any kind of movement, what feels good, what doesn't feel good. So we are just training your body all the time in teeny tiny little ways. Push and up. And yes, even though this is a lower body workout, we are using your tummy muscles, we're using the abs, we're using the core, postural muscles as well, because you are more than just the sum of your parts. We do everything here. And take a rest. Going to switch sides to the other side, and then we're going to head down to the mat for our last exercise. Because it's just a 15-minute session today, so this is over and done with so quickly. Hardly any time to spend together today. I haven't even told you all the things that I'm sure I want to. Let's go back and up. Just like I've been loving reading and responding to all your comments. I especially love it when you tell me that you have found it tricky, but that you prevailed, that you managed. I love those. And when you say that maybe you've had to make some adaptations and alterations, again, I love that empowerment. I think that's absolutely so positive, so brilliant, and you were showing such a good example. So thank you so much. I honestly, really am so grateful for you leaving the comments. 2, 1, take a rest. We're going to head down to the mat. We've got 3 minutes of this session left, and we're going to spend all 3 minutes doing the same exercise. So you get to know this one really, really well. Lying down onto the mat. Make sure you've got your back flat onto the mat. Just adjust your pelvis if you need to. And we're going to do some flutter kicks. Now, this is the full exercise here. Straight leg, flutter up and down. I know a lot of you are going to struggle with that. So I've done a variation here. Bend the knee and up and down. Paddle, paddle, paddle. Up and down with a bent knee. Now you can do somewhere in between. You can do a slightly straighter leg, paddling up and down a little bit further away from your body. You can do one leg up, one leg down in a bigger scissor if you prefer, or you can do this full exercise higher for a little easier, lower for harder. Take a rest. Well done. 2 more times. I'm sure that first time you're just figuring out which level you were at, what felt good, what didn't feel good, what felt too hard. But we're going to do 2 more. So just play around with the level, find that biting point. Let's go. Find the point that's good for you, whether it's up here, whether you're down here, little bend in the knee, big bend in the knee. Whatever it is, make sure those fingertips are relaxed, jaws nice and relaxed, making sure that you are in control, that you're breathing. We haven't talked much about breathing today, have we? It's been a quick session. Breathing all the time. Those legs are feeling heavy. That's okay. Today is a leg session and lower body. So if they're feeling heavy, just bring it back in. Bend the knee just slightly. Take a rest. 1 more left. Then you're done. Stick with me on this one. Just a 15-minute session today. If you're looking for longer sessions, there are some on the website. I've said it before as we've gone through. On the website, strengthandbloom.com. Let's go. A whole archive just for members on there. And that membership price is cheap as chips for what you get. I'd love it to see you over there. But if not, I am so grateful for your support on YouTube, so please stay here. There are some 40-minute, 30-minute sessions on the channel. And if you need some help, just reach out. Always really happy to help. Paddling up and down. I've got a little bend in my knee here, but of course you can go completely straight, nice and low. That's going to give you a real burn for the finish. 2, 1, and relax. Amazing job. Please don't just sit down after the session. Please walk around a little bit. Please make sure that you bring that heart rate down and those legs can just have a little time to let the blood flow into those working muscles. Tomorrow is day 18 and it's a push and pull session. It's a 20-minute session, full body, weighted elements. You can take the weights in or out as you please, but that's tomorrow. I'm looking forward to seeing you then. Much love. Bye.